What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys been out there building shit. Using your hands, taking on projects, building, fixing, creating, making progress in your own life. If you follow the channel, you know that I'm in the process of moving out of my RV on 2 acres in western Washington, moving to a couple houses in eastern Washington that I just purchased. But to make them livable, one of the first projects is going to be fixing some broken pipes. So let's go check it out. So one of the first things to fix to make my house livable is fixing this water leak. That's an outside wall. Probably shouldn't even have plumbing in that wall because of freezing, but the sellers of this place left the water on but didn't heat the house, so we ended up with some broken pipage. And I think to start fixing this, besides the downstairs basement access, there's the pipes from underneath going up to that shower. This one comes over, I think, to the sink. This one is to the toilet. Some of these pipes look actually decent and kind of recentish, but then the further this way we go, they get pretty rusty. And we got PEX there, which honestly, I'd rather just replace all of it with PEX. But I ain't made of money, nor do I have infinite time. So I'm gonna fix what's here and make it work. I think in order to get to this shower valve, I'm gonna start out taking this loose and trying to take off that panel of my shower surround. Hopefully I don't have to take all of them out in order to get that one out if it's screwed behind this one or something. But we'll see. I had that trim glued on there with like construction adhesive, basically glue and stuff, so it wouldn't come off in one piece. We'll have to get a new trim piece when we're done with this. But I just used the breaker bar, stuck it in behind the stuff, and then just whack it on the back here with a small hammer and just keep on breaking it down. A pry bar behind here, and so I was kind of able to push that out, and then I'll pull it out with the rest of the way with the hammer. Did the same. There was only one more nail down here, but before I go to pulling this out, I need to take that ring off, give it clearance, and I think I need to take the faucet off too. The faucet literally just unscrewed. Got the ring off. It was only connected with one screw anyways. Now we'll go ahead and get this nail the rest of the way out. Okay. Right down there to my trash pile. And now this whole thing. There we go, guys. Once I was able to get that off the wall, I just twisted it away from the wall. It slides out of those little holes there. The caulking kind of rips out too. I'll have to redo it all the way around. But there's that end panel off. This guy, yeah, he's kind of a dumbass right now. Forgot the Sawzall. So I'm making do with just a little skill saw. I was able to cut through one of these pipes and then get a hold of it with the pipe wrench and break it away from there. I'm going to cut this one that goes up to the spigot. And I know people are probably going to call me a hack for how I'm doing this, but it's the most pertinent, quick way that I could come up with for an emergency repair. I don't even want these plastic pipes in my walls. I want to change it to PEX, so there's no reason caring about that one up there. Just go ahead and cut it off too. I was able to turn this out, and now I'll be able to unscrew it from there and install one of my valves. So I got that elbow and stuff off there, wrapped it in that Teflon tape stuff, put a valve there so I can shut it off. Now that we got that one done, now we got to attach a riser and a valve on this side. Took the lid off, pulled the insulation bags out. The house came with this water main turn on off deal, so Let's get down here and turn her on. Now, since I'm here alone, I hurry my butt in the house and see what's going on in there. I rushed over there. I looked this way, I looked that way. I could hear it. I could hear the water gushing. Couldn't figure it out until I found the leak. It looks like outside the mother-in-law house, it's a real gusher. I'm gonna head into the main house and see if I can shut off to the guest house, and so that I can keep on pressure testing the main house, and then eventually I'll turn back on the guest house and figure out all that. Okay, so coming down into the basement, we've got this line here that I believe goes to that guest house. Comes across, back this way, over that way, and I just shut off the valve. So I'm hoping, because it was rushing, you can hear there's a lot of water going through there, so I'm hoping that now that guest house one is off and not spraying. While we're down here, go ahead and take a gander. I don't see no leaks down here. I just hear the trickle in the drain pipes from that sink on up there. So I'll come back up here to the kitchen. Well, now I'm back to you about 6 minutes later. I didn't record much of that, but I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I had to shut off the water out there, come back in here, pressure from the lines because it was still spraying. But it's what we've got here. One of those braided lines right there is cracked, and it was spraying. Go ahead and remove that stainless steel braided line. Take it with me so I can get the proper one, and we'll put that back in here. But for now, I just shut off this valve, which is the feed coming up. I only brought really basic limited tools with me, but I got the job done. Got that, there it is right there, the issue split part. So again, I walked around the house. I went down the basement. I came upstairs. I went underneath the sinks. I checked everywhere I could, and it's all holding pressure. No drips, no leaks, no sprays. Success, guys. We're not all fixed, but we're leak free. Now let's head back over to the guest house and see if we can repair that gusher. This goofy deal over here, and the brake seems to be right here at that joint. So I'm going to start out by removing all this heat tape from the pipe. I'll use my jigsaw and cut that off, and then I'll have to get a T and a couple adapters and a short piece of pipe and some glue. So I got that heat tape off. You can see how badly that thing's busted. So we got that ripped out of there. We got that brake there that I think I'm gonna have to cut off, and I'm almost thinking go under it and get rid of this. It's like a fridge valve, I'm thinking, but I mean, it just runs along the ground over there and it's not protected. No reason in having that there. Piece cut out. So now, like I said, I just need a couple adapters, an elbow, and I'm thinking I'm going to put a valve here on this end, just so that we're not going all the way to the main house to shut something off if something happens in this one. Just a little tip: take pieces of the old pipe, maybe a fitting, take your old hose with you that you need to replace, things like that. And so that when you go to Home Depot, you know that you're getting the right stuff. You know you're getting the right sizes, especially living out here in Eastern Washington. I'm over an hour away from Home Depot. There's no taking 2 trips in a day type of a deal. I mean, you can, but you're better off grabbing your stuff, taking it with you, and making sure you get the right parts the first time. The trip back over here to my new houses, brought some pipes, a valve, some connectors, an elbow, some PVC glue, and a line for under the sink. So let's get to fixing things. Now, let's get this stainless steel line back attached back there and right up there. There's that. So now let's get this valve on. Make sure No leaky. Looks good under here. Okay. So we used our purple primer and our blue glue, and I did an elbow, a connector, and I did an on-off valve over here so that my mother-in-law, if she ever has water issues over here, shut it off there. We don't have to worry about getting into my basement and shutting it off clear over there in another house. It's been 24 hours, so let's pressure test it. This stuff's been drying. Let's go ahead and shut this one off, and then we'll go and turn the one on in the house. Get this one turned on. Seems like that should have made some noise. Back to this one. Oh yeah, now she's making noise. There we go, guys. No more leaks. Everything in both houses is functioning except for the shower in my house, which I'm going to have to redo the shower valve, but that's going to be to come. At least I don't got no spraying, no leaking, no dripping right now. I just put all those on and off valves on the shower valves for now. I'm going to convert it to PEX and redo that in an upcoming video. So hit like if you enjoyed that show. Subscribe for future content, encouraging you guys to build, fix, create, and make progress in your own lives. Till next time, believe in what God gave you. Keep building shit, guys.